All right. Let's see if I still know how to do this, everybody. It is the Amish. I can hear myself. So I believe it's a. This is just going to be like a short update stream. I'm still going to do about a 10 minutes for anybody catching the replay. You can check in. Skip to the 10-minute mark if you like. I was trying to start this stream as quickly as I could because I know this is an hour and a half later than my normal because my entire schedule has changed. So I'll be updating that on here in general. All right. So the show will start in 10. As a quick info shoot, you're going to have to compare it to your time, but I'm going to start Tuesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays at around 4 p.m. Eastern time. Tuesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. And over the next few days, I'm going to be shouting out to a new podcast that I have. So I definitely want some people to ASAP go over there as soon as I get it up and going. There's a few people watching. I hope everybody is doing well. I wonder, are all my subscribers still here? I haven't been here in so long. I think a lot of my subscribers were like, I think Amish Space Station, I think they got him. I have a new workout schedule, and between that and cooking meals, it is very difficult, but I'm going to make some time. So that's just a quick shout out for my my times. Tuesday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 o'clock, unless I can figure out a different way to do things. That's going to be the main times. My new podcast is going to be on Spotify and a few other places. So I'm going to shout that out as well. For anybody that can go over there and subscribe. So definitely let me know. Truth over comfort says hello. Hello. Truth, how are you doing? Are you doing all right? I am so upset with how little time I have to do anything that I really want to do. Oh, that's good. That's good. I really want to I just want more time. But I'm so disappointed in my time schedule. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it anyway. Even if I have to push out my workout regimen, I might push that back. I might push it back to after I get done live streaming. The only problem is sometimes whenever I start working out, it interferes with my sleep, in which I wake up at 5 in the morning. As Eric Dubé would call it, my slave job, which I'm working very diligently on getting away from. So I'm trying to actually do some streams at around maybe 4, because I'm an hour and a half late than what I would normally stream at. So 4 o'clock Eastern time, Tuesday, Saturday, and Sunday. But I may be able to still do through the week if I push back my. So we can try it. If people are free at those times. I've never really done a live stream on Saturdays on the weekends. So we can try and see how many people come over and chat. And if it's a lot of people that come over and chat, I am down. Anyway, how is everybody doing out there? Is anybody seeing all the propaganda? We got U.S. soldiers getting killed, supposedly. We got Taylor Swift all over the news now. Is it not psychotic? Is it not exactly what I thought it was going to be? You know what I mean? This is the crazy stuff. It's like they're just amping everything up. I've never seen such insanity before. Taylor Swift threatens legal action against Florida student who tracks her jet. So you don't want to be tracked, but it's okay for the government and everybody else to track us. All right. That's fair. I can't believe just how much propaganda has been going on. This is almost as bad as it was during the time of the old C-19er situation. You know, I've never seen so much propaganda. It is stunning. It really is. It's absolutely stunning. So they're trying to also, by the way, before we start, I have a new song that I'm going to see if I can release pretty soon. And I think I'm just going to come in here, set up my camera and stuff. I think I'm finally set. So I'm going to set up my camera and do some, play some guitar. If you guys want to see me play some guitar, I might play some Polyphia, Tim Henson stuff and a few other things. Truth Over Comfort says Taylor Swift looks an awful lot like Anton LaVey's daughter. Yes, indeed. That's the Church of Satan and stuff. Isn't that crazy? It's pretty stunning. It really is. Striking resemblance. All these people, pretty much, this is exactly who they are, you know? It really is. It's exactly who they are. The sad part about a lot of this stuff is that people don't even realize, me being a person who studied the occult ever since I was a child, I completely understand every single thing these people do. And at no part of it was it including any of us or any of the people who were involved in it. It never benefited anyone. You know, it was all chasing whatever you can chase for momentary desires. And I mean, that was it. There's actually no union or anything like that. It was so hollow. It was so hollow. And so many people end up moving out of this. You know, it's almost like the adult industry. You know, it's like they're not in with this particular type of stuff for a long period of time. they eventually grow up and realize what they're doing. And I think it's, but it is unfortunate because a lot of people actually do get abused in these particular types of things, in this SRA, satanic ritual abuse, and things like that. I'm thinking about seeing if I can put some of my stuff that I work, because I do work with people outside of here on this type of stuff, SRA and things like that. I just didn't things connected to my network here that I do outside of this network, just in case they try and pin all these things together. Say, this person does this and this and this, so the whole organization is a piece of trash, or blah, blah, blah. Very true, though. Truth over comfort. Very true. I would suspect that that's who this person is. 100%. All right. So this is going to be a really, really short stream for the couple of people that is watching. I thank you for your time. I know I'm an hour and a half late, so I do thank you for your time. Oh, Truth says, have you heard about the simulator day? Well, yes, I have. Is this the one that Billy was talking about? Is this the one that Billy was talking about? He said, well, the next one will get attention this time. The last one got attention. Billy? And also their dead cell debris. I have. Oh, they're just ramping it up. Listen, truth over comfort. Check this. It's not going to go the same way. Not with me. So if I do disappear off of here, you guys know what happened. I'll try and record it. But it's not going down the same way under any circumstances. They can say whatever they want. It's not going down the same way. We're not doing this. Yeah, they're already talking about they're developing what? A fix for it. So if it hasn't even happened yet, I'm trying to understand. If it hasn't even happened yet, how exactly are you developing medicine for it? You see what I'm saying? But I can already see that we're going to have another 2-0 and a 1 type of thing going on. So I'm on the lookout for that. But they do have a lot of crap planned for the civil issue that I said to Eric Dubé in our interview. And by the way, I think I'm going to release that here because I don't know how many people here seen it. So I might just upload it here as well. But because we covered a lot of good topics in there, but yeah, it's they haven't even completely identified the first one from years ago. So there's that. Who cares though? They don't need to identify any of them. I just seen on the news that they had some kind of more medication that people could take if they're suffering long-term issues with that. It made me re-question all of the nonsensical stuff that people take on a daily basis. So real quick, because I'm going to keep this kind of short. I have not been able to talk about anything that I've really wanted to talk about. And on here, I feel like I'm completely gagged. So real quick, another plug in here. I am going to be opening up a podcast very, very shortly, within a few days. And I'm going to be making a few videos on here to get people to go over to that. And I'm going to speak more uncensored on there, 100%. But it feels like I can't speak properly. But this guy here has decided to go over to interview, see. Oh, truth is simulation. Yeah, I know what you meant. Yep. Yeah, the simulation thing is yeah, I seen it. They're trying to simulate their it's the same as the 2 and a 0 and a 1. It's the same thing. They're all trying to simulate what would happen if this new hypothetical blah 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 happens. It's going to be the same crap. It's just not going to go the same way, guarantee. So, dealing with this guy Tucker Carlson, I don't know if you guys know this, because I do want to say this real quick. Autodidactic. I don't really have an issue with autodidactic. I'm sorry if people have really thin skin, because a lot of people have really thin skin. It's like when I make jokes about people doing dumb stuff all the time, people go, "Oh, you're a mean person," or "You're this," or "You're that." Listen, I'm from a time period, okay, where sticks and stones might break your bones, okay, but words never hurt you. And if Martin Lika, okay, and Jason Archaics and autodidactic have really thin skin and really thin skin. I do have to put this out because I need to say it. And I might say it again on another stream. That's not my fault. I don't have an issue with autodidactic at all. I do have a little bit of a problem with the history thing because if you're looking into Tartaria, you will be looking into Tartaria until you're 98 years old and you're never going to know any more information about it. It is no way because we don't have any kind of timeline or reference. Some people think that whatever event happened way long ago. Some people think it was closer than what people think. If you listen to Conspiracy or Us, okay, he mentions that whatever cataclysmic event only happened, recently. But then the other things are much older, such as the buried pottery and all of this stuff. You're never, and then on top of that, hold on, we're still dealing with the mud fossil. So now we're dealing with people who think that giants are all, what was it called? The Great Petrification. Like that one anime show, Dr. Stone, that I've seen. And the reason I know about that stuff is because I've done musical work for animations, television programs, other things like that. Not anything massive. But the point is I stay up on that in order to make some money and actually put some musical work to a lot of these projects. Some of them are even non-disclosure agreements, okay? But I have voice actors, and other people who I've hired to do some of my own personal albums. So I have tons of work that I've never even released. But my point being is that I don't know what people are talking about when they say a great petrification event. If you cannot prove it, I don't understand why we would be speculating on it. And it's too much going on with the old world trying to figure out what happened. All we need to do to wake people up to that is show that history is not what we think it is. Because I guarantee you, most of these people that are asleep, I've walked up to them and I've said, history is a lie. And they say, yep, you sure about that? They're not accurate with anything. And that's as good as it gets. I can't explain how we didn't have the possibility of building all of these older buildings and even if I did, they would say, okay, good, nice. Anything else? What else you got to say, bro? Anything? Was that it? They're not concerned. So I appreciate all the work that Martin Lika and them and even Jason and stuff. I'm just saying none of it is proven and a lot of it muddies the water. So it's all just research into what you want to research. And autodidactic is my favorite because he does it. Campbell does it really, really well. Okay. He does it really, really well. And he also does a lot of interviews with people and he does a lot of things. And I think he's a good-hearted person. Okay. I don't think he means any kind of harm with what he's doing. I do think the other people are all jokers. Tucker Carlson in particular. I don't know if you guys seen this little stupid interview by this shill. Okay. But you already know that I'm going to bring that up. Okay. Short show today, guys. For anybody that just came in, by the way, a new podcast. I want you guys to check it out. Okay. I'm gonna keep hammering it until every subscriber of mine is over there. Subscribe. Okay. Because I need some subscribers over there because Spotify is being stupid and they just actually released something in their terms of service where they're going to give all of the money that you make just from putting out music and podcasts. They're giving that all to majors, especially if you don't have like 1,000 subscribers. Okay. Because that's not criminal at all. Right. So, it is what it is. The C19er happened 666 days after. I know that. No one on the mainstream media should be trusted. Exactly. So real quick, got a question. Can you guys hear this? Whatever those guys are doing. So this is Alex Stein. This is what I'm talking about. When people come over here and they get really mad with me. I understand that Alex Stein didn't go hardcore, full blown, flat earth, whatever. But this was the opportunity to try and actually make something go out to a massive group of people, and instead of having someone like Eric Dubay or somebody like Nathan Oakley or somebody that actually can out debate someone like Tucker Carlson, they bring Alex Stein out, who was actually sexually harassing AOC, who is a really psychotic person who you actually do not harass. You ignore her, right? Because she's a crazy person. Okay. She's a crazy chick that sits in the front of the classroom. You don't really mess with her. Okay. Because she blows everything out of proportion. Even lied about being where? It locked in the Capitol. Remember that? He brought up two. Okay. You guys can't hear that? I might, let me double check and see if I can make that work. There we go. All right. Sorry about that. I think I had some of my other studio equipment. Actually, we can hear you, but not the video. I got you. What's up, Raiden?
So you've done a lot of research about space, so I think that you'd be very familiar with. My next question is about Operation
Can you guys hear that?
Paperclip. After World War II, you know, we brought the top scientists, Werner von Braun being one of them, over to America to create our space program, NASA. He was best friends with Walt Disney. And then he was able to go to the moon in 1969 and 1972, 6 different trips through backwards and forwards through the Van Allen radiation belt 12 times with technology that they accidentally destroyed. So my question for you is, do you think that the moon landing was real, and do you think that it was done by Nazis that were literally brought over during Operation Paperclip? Is that a conspiracy, or is that true in your opinion?
So, real quick, let me interject. The problem with this question is that this question doesn't prove anything. Oh, okay, all right, yeah, I think the moon mission was fake. Doesn't matter. It's still a globe. And how many people at my job believe the moon mission was fake, but still believe in the globe? Bart Sibrel knows the moon mission was fake, but he's still not a flat earther. If you're not going to show any science or actually show anything, what's the point in this?
Tucker?
You know, I don't know. I do know that the original moon landing tapes have been erased at NASA because they needed, you know, the tape space, so they just kind of taped over them. That's the official.
That's the official Tucker. That's the official story. Is they taped over, and the official story is that they lost the technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again. Yet Elon Musk's own rockets can't go. The moon is 257,000 miles away. Elon Musk's rocket busted at less than 90 miles away. So we don't have a space vehicle in the past 50 years that can even go 257,000th or whatever it is, the distance that the Apollo rockets went. So it's very unusual to think.
So Alex Stein gets the world stage for a moment, and he gets the chance to be heard. And not only does he not shout out some of the most prominent flat earthers, he takes it upon himself to discuss NASA and the moon missions, which actually doesn't prove anything, does it? Nathan Oakley had an interview, had a debate that was really good with somebody who was discussing with him about space. And Nathan Oakley was trying to say, yeah, space is fake. And the guy was saying, yeah, but what about gas pressure? You're saying gas pressure starts at the ground and rises up, blah, blah, blah. And Nathan said, this isn't about weather systems. It's not about learning weather systems. Regardless, for pressure, it needs to be in an enclosed system, which means that space can't exist in the way that they say it does. And the guy couldn't understand. He couldn't understand that his pressure argument needed containment. So this guy gets the world stage, and what does he do with it?
I think that the technology in 1969 somehow got deleted.
He was already called out by Russian vids and many other people as some kind of a shill. And I already told you who he is. I told you what he was about.
And then it went backwards. So I think that's why the moon landing I'm very passionate about. I think it's a big lie.
Well, I don't look. I've seen so many things that I believed revealed as lies in the past 5 or 6 years, and I've been shocked on almost a daily basis. And I'm much older than you, so like I grew up in a country where.
Right. Truth says there's no point in discussing fantasy empirical proofs. Right. Right. But the problem is we got Jaron running away from empirical proofs, empirical science. We have the ability to turn their fake pseudoscience back on top of their heads. And instead of embracing that with Nathan Oakley and them, they don't do anything except argue. It's to the point now where I don't even want to reach out to any of these people, even though it could really help me get my message across to a lot of people, which I feel is very important. But these people are so butthurt that I'm pretty sure I'm not even going to go through the issue and the problems with having to talk with them or trying to rectify any kind of argument, because I will say how I feel. And I'm not going to be censored because, oh, this person is my friend, so let's not talk about him like that. He's my friend. I know he just robbed your house and everything, but he's a good guy. He's a good guy. You just got to get to know him. He's not, look, all those people he killed, it was because they kept messing with him. I don't take up for people that can't defend themselves. You know what I mean? This guy is a joke. This is the best way to screw yourself over and lose a debate, is to talk about the sun, the moon, and stars. That's the best way to lose a debate.
Where people sort of believe things, including their government, which clearly had the capacity to do bad things. But most of the time we felt living here that it was doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And I've revised my view of that because I've had to. So I'm open-minded on it. I will say the one counter argument I would make. So my friend Darren Beatty, I don't know if you know him, he's a really smart guy, runs Revolver News. Yeah, I love Darren. He's always making the obvious point that this was transistor radio technology. We now have AI, but we can't get to the moon like that.
So whether or not that's a fact or not, it doesn't matter. You got to understand that all of the governments are involved in this if they can't get to the moon, and they all lied to begin with. Now, Tucker Carlson wants to go over to Russia and become the enemy of the United States. And wouldn't it be grand if he became some kind of a weird flat earther and then became the enemy of the United States? Is this not what I was talking about? I'm seeing this everywhere. Check this out.
We wear so many hats today.
This is what I'm talking about. Now, celebrity after celebrity is coming out saying stupid stuff, uneducated stuff. And I think it's more hurtful to put information out that you don't know anything about. In some cases.
This multi
satellite radio freak, come on, man.
Tesla, and he wants to go to outer space. Just like every other billionaire. I need to go to outer space. What's out in outer space?
He contradicts himself here, too.
And they never make it. The rocket hits the firmament, and the firmament stops it. Ain't nobody been to the moon. Ain't nobody been outside this giant cage we're trapped in. The firmament is real.
Here's the problem with what he said. This giant cage we're trapped in. And it shows that he's some kind of a satanic Luciferian type of individual. He feels that he's in a cage, and he also feels that he's trapped in. But he also says, what is space? What's out there? As if nothing is out there. But then he says we're trapped in here. So if we're trapped in here, what else could be out there then? I'm not understanding. If there's nothing out there, like you say, why are we trapped in here? Think about it for a minute. Listen to the terminology all of these satanic pedophiles use.
This is why rocket ships take off and they start shooting at an angle.
Anybody who don't know Eddie Griffin, he's a I liked him when I was younger. I thought he was funny. One of the movies he was in was Undercover Brother, where he was all racist movies and stuff, but I thought it was really funny. Especially with the mayonnaise part. I like mayonnaise. I like mayonnaise. I don't eat it anymore. But it's really funny. But anyway, just because I have that type of connection, I like, you know, a couple of his movies or some of his jokes, it doesn't mean I'm going to give him a free pass.
They'll scrape the firmament and they always land in the ocean. Then they shoot some grainy film that they will own them. It scraped the surface of the firmament.
The landing is the coming back.
There's no satellites out there either.
Yeah, because they ain't about to be out there floating.
There's no satellites.
You know, rockets, they have so many compartments that break off when you go. So how is the ship same when it lands?
Yeah.
Same as it takes off.
Or even the satellite. Yeah.
No, there's no satellites. They are hanging satellites in the firmament. This is a GPS system.
No, it's not. It's not a GPS system. That's not how the GPS works. He's talking about they're screwing in satellites to the firmament. Now, listen, I'm not here to say what it's made of and all this other stuff. I have no clue what these people are actually doing. But I am saying what's more likely. High altitude photographs, ground positioning, and triangulation of where you are based on your cell phones and the cell phone towers, okay, is the GPS, quite frankly. So let's not go into the fantastical screwing stuff into the firmament.
They screw it into
to make a video game concept of your Earth on Google Earth. That's all it is.
the firmament, and that's the permanent GPS system.
Why do I say that? Because we have footage of them releasing satellites as well on balloons. So we're not, and they've also crashed. They've also come back down here. So we know that they're on balloons. Am I right? There we go. Hey, what's up, Rich? Rich says, Sataloons. There we go. So real truthers understand the craziness that's coming out of this guy's mouth right now and how none of it's actually helping the truth.
They call it space. But the space between Earth and God is called the firmament. And until he opens that up, it's going to be continued. Firmament.
So this is prison planet.
Pretty much.
Okay, this is a prison. This is a prison planet. Okay. Hey, Captain Caveman. What's up? What's up? What's up? This is a prison planet. That's do you all feel like that? He mentioned space, but he doesn't mention that we're trapped here in the middle of this area by the government, and we also can't freely explore the other possible lands that could be out there. I'm not a person who entertains other lands because we can't even get close. Therefore, I think people need to stop speculating on all these weird other lands the way that Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole and all these other people do. This is insane. I cannot believe that we as a community have actually allowed government agents to infiltrate Owen Benjamin, Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole, Jaron and them. These are 1,000,000% shills offering truth snacks or Flattoberfest, taking money from people who know the truth, not waking anyone up. Hey, Tommy Rogers. What's up? What's up? How are you? Hope all is well. So real quick, another plug real quick. I am opening up a podcast in a couple days, and I'm going to be putting it up here so that I'm going to make a few videos. Okay. I'm not going to keep doing it. It might bug a couple of you, I know, but I do need people to get over there because Spotify is going to be doing a whole bunch of weird, stupid stuff where they're taking people's money and stuff like that. And it costs a good amount of money, but the podcast should still be free. But I feel this is necessary. So I'm okay with spending my own money. For how long? I don't know. I do have a website, but it's really difficult to pay for all these different networks and stuff. It just is, especially with not even having enough time to come out here and even get online as much as I want to. So also my new schedule, I'm going to try and keep it Tuesday, Saturday, and Sunday at 4:00 Eastern time. Okay. So wherever you are, just match it up with 4:00 Eastern time, which will be my normal time or whatever. You know what I mean? And Captain says on my channel, the deception is in plain sight. You got a channel. All right. All right. If you can, after this video, Captain, leave me a comment and put your just leave me a comment on your profile there. I'll check you out. I'm going to be looking for some people to come on and chat with me. So I also got my camera set up. This is another quick plug. So I'm probably do some live videos in here, play some guitar, chat, and do a couple other things. Yes? So should be good.
We're his pets. Imagine having hamsters. And
So he's comparing us to hamsters, by the way. This is what I'm talking about. This is what shows that these people are all comparing us to hamsters. He thinks that he's more powerful than what he really is. It upsets him that he is so-called trapped here in Earth. He's not doing flat Earth any favor.
And while you let them out, they eat your dog and your cats.
Oh.
You gotta have a cap on it, don't you?
So if you let these parasites out, like him and the rest of the Hollywood elites, like Owen Benjamin and the rest of them, he's a failed Hollywood elite. You know, little Casper boy. You know what I mean? Dating that stupid girl. What's the girl's name? Little Casper, friendly ghost girl who just shows her breasts for like every video that she's in. It's like they're literally just you know out there in the desert and they're digging holes, and she just feels the need that she has to show her breasts. It's hypothetical, but that's what she does in her films. Christina Ricci. Anyway, it was funny, that whole bear cult breakdown. Did you guys see that video of how the who was it? Was it who did that? What's the guy's name? Oh, he broke down Owen Benjamin and his bear cult. Anyway, it's really funny. Anyway, this is just another video I had to break.
It's called the firmament. It's in the Bible. Nothing will get through the firmament.
And he seems so upset. You know, he wants to get through that firmament really bad. Am I right? The last video is this one here.
I notice a difference when I take
Yeah,
out.
Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan, you notice the difference. Look at you. Look at you. I lied to my own mama. I will lie to my mama. Look. CIA, FBI, listen, just tell me the truth, and I'll lie to my own mama. Shill, piece of trash. Logical observations. What's up? What's up? Rich says the Texas goat.
You know, going, they showed us this picture of Earth, and this is, we can look at the land features here, and we say, okay, on a world map, this is just this section of land. That's what we're showing.
Okay.
So you have to believe that all of this other land is on the other side of that ball.
Right.
Hold on.
So real quick, let me say this real quick, because people who watch this channel might get the wrong idea. I don't sit here and talk about people all the time. That's not my thing. I expose people when I feel like they need to be exposed. Understand? If Bill Gates starts talking crap, I'm going to come on here and expose him same way I would expose Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole or anybody else if they're not doing something the right way. And people might say to me, well, Amish, here, why don't you go out there and do what he's doing? I don't even have the resources to do some of the stuff that he's doing. And he's not ever going to share any of the resources because he thinks that he's the leader of the truth movement. You understand? Dave thinks he's the leader of the truth movement. He thinks that he can come on his show and disrespect people like I've seen him do. He thinks that he is the flat earth. He thinks that he's okay. Listen, there's people who he should have invited people who can do this better than him to join him on these things. If I had a massive interview and I was about to actually go on TV and CNN or whoever was like, yo, Amish, we want you on here. Okay, here, we're going to give you the channel for a bit and you could tell millions of people about the flat earth. First thing I would do is I would call some of these prominent flat earthers, explain to them the situation, let them know everything that's happening, and seeing the best way to handle that situation. And if that meant to bring them on board in order to make sure I don't make a fool of myself, then I'm gonna do that. Because once you go on a major platform or a public platform and you go in front of the news, you will be ridiculed and made to look like a fool. Nothing you say from that point on will ever be of any use or credibility ever again to anybody with half a brain. I don't really care if you got hundreds of thousands of subscribers and most of them are all fools and simpletons. I got more support here on my channel than a lot of other people with 10 times bigger channels because we're awake thinking the game. Meanwhile, they're getting sucked in to the problems. They're wearing the mask. We're refusing them. They're going to protest. We're watching them get smoke bombs shot into their eyes. Because at the end of the day, I've heard people say, stop saying everything is a psyop, blah, blah, blah. It is a psyop, though. You say, well, we need people to support. You got to show support and pushback. That ain't pushback. You're following the plan that they want you to follow. When you go down here in Texas to this thing they got going down there with the truckers and stuff like they did in Canada, which they haven't gave the people back their bank accounts yet, that's part of the plan. So I don't want people to thinking that I sit around and I just talk about people being, what is this map supposed to even prove? I can debunk that map just like a regular glober and say, well, that's not drawn to scale. That's why you can't see the other land. This doesn't prove anything. So what is the point in this? I'm not saying that he doesn't know anything. I'm not saying he's stupid. I'm saying this doesn't prove anything.
I'm gonna just remember this. We're over here. So the United States and Russia and Australia and New Zealand.
I'm not over there. I'm on Earth. I'm not there where he's pointing.
And South America, it's all on the other side of the ball.
Okay.
And they only have that much, right? Because the Earth is spinning so fast that when they snap their picture, that's all they could capture.
It's moving once a day, so you can't even see. You can't even see. But
okay.
So he's invoked some crazy stuff that makes no sense that probably confused half of the audience just then, because they're talking about space. So now here comes, though, we're spinning so fast that it's thousands and hundreds of thousands of 66,000 and 666,000. Okay. The fact of the matter is that none of that's happening. Why are we in hypothetical land? Why are we in Narnia? Why are we in Narnia? Why? I don't understand. This is the problem with this guy. And I can't peacefully say this to him because he's going to take offense to it, just like he did earlier on my channel, by the way. Okay. Dave left me a comment. Okay. I didn't charge people for my sun moon clock app. Yeah, you did.
So hold on.
So
these guys, by the way, and I hate to keep interrupting, but this is serious stuff. He's getting people to scan QR codes. You cannot scan QR codes. Do you not understand what happens to your information? A QR code is you. It's a barcode for you. A barcode is a product code for a specific product. That means the same bottle of water that's sold here across the United States has the same barcode. I have a QR code, though. And when I scan that, that lets everyone know that's where I was. Me. The same as you. That is your individual code. When you scan that, that's linked to your social credit score. That is your prison system. He's promoting scanning QR codes. I mean, is this not an offense to the truth community to the point where people en masse should not even be listening to this guy? He's going to get so big that he's not going to worry about anything that you or I or anyone else has to say. That's what's going to happen. See, the thing is that it ain't going to play out the way that people think it's going to play out, because when the rule of law falls, we're not going to be listening to all these little fake flat earthers out here, these little fake wannabe flat earthers. We're not listening to it. We're not going to be listening to all these people that want to herd people to the left and the right. You will be forced by many people at that point to learn the truth, whether you want to or not. And if you don't want to, you better walk away. Because the only reason he's free to walk around and do all this stuff and destroy the flat earth and destroy the truth community is because he's making it a profitable thing. And he's making tons of money off of the backs of people like myself. Now, do I think I'm the best debate guy? No. Can I debate Bible stuff, biblical stuff? Yeah, I can. Because the problem with that is that people are stupid as well. The war that's happening over in Palestine and stuff like that, the genocide that's happening there, is a lot of people keep thinking that all that's based on the Torah. None of that's based on the Torah. I already exposed this. Yet all these truthers, including who? Crowhouse, Max Egan, and all these other people keep talking about the Torah. First books of the Bible. They're the ones who claim to have killed Jesus. I don't really understand why people are so stupid that they can't understand lies put in front of their face. Things that just don't even add up. Oh yeah, they must be the chosen people. We killed God's son. You know, I'm not even going to go down that road because I don't want to get this video taken down right now. Trying to expose millions of lies within a lie. It's like that movie Inception. It's a lie within a lie. Within a lie. They're not even the people that they claiming to be the people that they actually are, right? Keep going. That's first level deep, right? Right? That's me, Leonardo DiCaprio, asleep in a dream world, right? So we're pretending to be the people that we say. We're pretending to be the people that we say that we are while pretending to be part of the religion that we don't really study. Wow. Truth of the Conversation said, he should, about the empirically verifiable natural law of the second law of thermodynamics instead of entertaining those fake globe images. Exactly. We're watching cartoons. This guy's on here smiling like he's doing something great. He's on a massive show. And he brings cartoons to the show. Not like Japanese animation either. Children's cartoons. Like the court cases they got going on. The Donald Trump court cases. Those are called cartoon cases. Second law of thermodynamics. Exactly. Observable, testable, repeatable, falsifiable, demonstrable, and empirical. And therefore, that's what makes it scientific. Understand? Second law of thermodynamics, entropy, low pressure, high pressure systems. High pressure systems move to low pressure systems. Why are we entertaining a cartoon globe and a projected cartoon map on the biggest podcast out here? Really?
This is Feed Your Mind, so Jackville.
That's all. Feed Your Mind comes in there. He's a person who's so like, I don't think he even knows what day it is. I hate saying that about the guy too. I mean, he's done some good work. I've watched all of his videos. Okay. So when I talk about these people, I want you guys to know something real quick. I've watched every video that John Levi has ever put out. Everyone. Why don't you go over to his playlist and look at how many videos he has there. And I've watched every single one. That's how much time that I've dedicated to his channel and hear everything that he's had to say. I have watched every one of Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole's videos. Understand, I've put thousands of hours in on these people that I speak of. I have a right to speak about them if I want to. That's my time. They're not giving me my time back. And in his case, for applications, apps, and Zodiac apps and stuff, he's not giving me my money back. The same as when they go to Flattoberfest with the one hooker girl, what's her name, Karen B, trying to take people's money, right? As usual, because that's all these people are about with their little clique. Mark Sargent, right? Patricia Steer. So I want people to understand something real quick because I've seen a few videos of people getting on me. Listen, I can talk about anything I want to talk about, and I also talk about whoever I want to talk about. And if you're going to be a little baby about it, then maybe you need to get offline. Okay, me as an artist, I get, and I always have, people tell me they hate my music and hate what I do, hate it completely, years and years. And I had to try and perfect my craft to learn as many instruments as I could and do everything that I could, try and be the best I could. Okay. And that's part of what it means. It hurt. It hurt at first time someone told me that it was a cut really deep. I'm like, God, dude, I spent so many years out there trying to do this. Oh, but they didn't like it, and they have a right to not like it if they don't want to like it. They told me all my stuff sounds the same, exactly, blah, blah, blah. But now I see all the music online exactly the same, and on the radio the same. And I throw that back in their face now, and I say, well, why do you listen to the same stuff, blah, blah, blah. And then they have no rebuttal for that. It was just for me. See what I'm saying? So that's my point, is that I'm not saying that this guy, that I'm not doing as much as him. I don't think I'm doing as much as him, but I'm also not doing as much harm as what he's doing.
The land is on the other.
Right.
Hold on. I'm gonna just remember.
Well, here's the thing. Truth over comfort. Here's the thing. The reason why you never hear Dave Weiss, Jaron, any of them clowns, Mark Sargent, Karen B, any of these clowns, barely Witsit gets it, is because all of these people think that Nathan Oakley has too bad of an attitude. Here's the thing. They never even met me. My attitude is absolutely dreadful. But I learned that I have to be a more positive person, and I have to treat people with respect. And also, being angry all the time really made me feel really bad in general. It made me sick. Okay. However, I can have one of the worst attitudes anyone's ever seen. So the reason why they're not mentioning that is because they don't think that what Nathan is doing is of any importance. He doesn't even know what science is. Nathan's had to correct this guy. Just, you see underneath of here, flat earth is an archaic and scientifically disproven. It's not scientific. The earth is not scientific. See what I'm saying? You can't actually do science like that. That's not what it is. You have to observe a phenomenon. You see what I'm saying? So that's the issues, is that he doesn't really know anything about entropy or the second law of thermodynamics. So he's not going to mention that because, see, it's also his ego, by the way. His ego says, oh, Nathan Oakley tried to correct me on second law of thermodynamics. I'm never mentioning that again, because if I do, that means that I'm letting Nathan Oakley win. It's about him. See, it's all him. It's all about his emotion and his ego. You guys already seen Nathan Oakley. Whenever he's over here, I'm asking him questions and stuff like that because he is a good source of scientific information. Okay. I mean, simple, plain. I'm not going to sit here and argue with somebody who actually does. He does his work, and I'm able to debunk people on a daily basis just because I can ask those idiots that I see at my job, hey, what's the definition of science? How many of them you think can say it? 0. So I already won the debate by asking, what's the definition of science? Socratic method. 100% gatekeeper. 100%. Red November says, where can I find all your research videos on YouTube? Right on my channel. YouTube is taking down my videos. They're pulling them down. They just keep pulling them down. And I can't really stop these idiots from doing it. They just keep pulling them down. They're waiting for me to try and monetize the channel. Okay. And actually get paid, a couple cents a video for what I do so that they can just hit it with strikes. That's the reason why they're not giving me strikes, but I know their game. So I don't really want to monetize with them anyway. So Red November, I'm opening up a podcast, but right on my channel, right here. Check out some of my videos. Go in my playlist, bro. And if you haven't heard my music, check it out. Check it out. Leave me some comments and stuff. I'm sorry I haven't been on here that much. I got some comments over there I need to respond to. Paul says, come on, Witsit can talk really fast. This guy, he can talk fast, but you know what? The problem with Witsit is that he gets too lost in the weeds. When I seen that debate with him and Nathan about the rate of induction change in photons, I was like, oh, God, cut my head off. Are we even talking about flat Earth anymore? Or is this guy just like, we don't care. We don't care if you're using photons to debunk photons. We don't care. But he doesn't listen either, so it is what it is. Awakening Soldier. Think you can't be fooled. I like that. Awakening Soldier has an announcement. I suppose he's talking to us. Are you talking to us, Awakening Soldier? He says, you sheeple truthers. Oh, God, help me with the dagger. Somebody pull it out. Have been baited and triggered for many years, and you'll all be in FEMA camps soon enough debating the shape of the earth. Effing pathetic. That's that Mortal Kombat finishing move. God, he just killed me on that. Very true, sir. Very true. Very true. Who's going to be rounding us up, though? I got some people for that. I got people for that. I got some brave hearts for all that. Uh-oh. Oh, all right. I'm done. I quit. I believe it's time for me to throw in the towel, everyone. Awakening Soldier. Oh, sorry. It's not Awakening Soldier. It's Awakening Soul Dyer. He's unsubbed. You know, I was hoping that I didn't offend anybody today. I wake up. First off, I'm going to let you all know this is a confession. Confession time. I sleep on eggshells. Oh, I sleep on eggshells. I don't step on the cracks in the sidewalk either. I am terribly disappointed in myself here. I've lost an awakened soul dyer. So I'll probably be seeing you all. Am I right? Paul says FEMA camps would be unconstitutional. Anyone who believes that, I've got a bridge to sell them. Exactly. FEMA camps. Bring your FEMA camp, bro. Let's go. I'm waiting. Like Mike Decker says. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Killing my family members? Killing my family members? Dying from cancer? All these strokes happening to people around me? Some of my personal best friends dying these past year? And you think I'm going to tolerate a FEMA camp? Oh, God. And I thought Globers were stupid. You, sir, are on an entirely different level. If you can please show me the way that that's going to happen while I'm still alive, I think they'll have a hard time doing that with my dead body. I guess you don't know who the hell I really am, do you? I guess you think I'm one of those nice guys, right? Like I won't snap off on somebody trying to do me physical harm. Like I don't have a right to defend myself. Like I have to allow extreme violence toward myself. I guess you don't know. Well, at least you've been informed, my friend. Rich says, you lost a soul dyer, but you gained me. Thank you, Rich. I appreciate that. There's tons of trolls over here who think they're actually going to win. The reason they didn't do the camp thing last time was because they couldn't. They actually couldn't. They're behind schedule, so they're doing their little antics like they normally do. But if you think that things are going to go the same way in America, if you think it's going to go the same way as it does in other places, it really won't. It really won't. There's going to be a few hot spots. And stuff is probably going to get really hot like I already said it would. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to allow illegal activity. You can't come and round me up to put me anywhere. I've done nothing wrong. And I also have a right to my own view. That's all constitutional. And even if it wasn't, that is your God-given rights to live here on this earth. Inalienable rights. But people don't really know what that means. They say, oh, you got freedom of speech, but you can't walk in somewhere and actually yell fire. Yeah, you can. You got freedom of speech, but your speech is it's limited. Freedom of speech, but you got boundaries. No. You can go into anywhere you want to go and be racist to whoever you want. Nobody ever said that a person of a certain race can't call someone a racial slur. You are allowed to do that if you want to. Now, if you get punched in the face and you start a big fight, that's on you. Okay? But no one ever said you're not allowed to. You are allowed. Say whatever you want. You know what I mean? Put up a big flag outside of your house. You know what I mean? Be like, I hate black people. You're allowed to do that if you want. I mean, nobody's probably going to stop at your house. They're going to think you're crazy. You know, you might end up as a meme on the internet floating around and stuff. You might even be on the news if the flag's big enough. But no one ever said that you're not allowed to do it. You can do whatever you want, bro. Yeah. You sheep or truthers. It's funny. Don't come over here with sheep, bud. I'm on a whole different level. Okay. Meanwhile, I'm watching people discuss things in biblical terms. I think here's my new problem real quick before I go. A lot of little fake flat earthers, right? Talking about Enki, okay? Or all of this stuff with the, they're comparing the Anunnaki to the original Bible. And they have no idea what they're even talking about. They're saying the God of the Old Testament or blah, blah, blah is supposed to be. And they're combining multiple types of religions and all of these things that they claim, these scrolls and stuff that came out like 300,000 years ago, which you already know. No one is proving any of that nonsense when most people don't even know what happened in World War II. Most people have no idea about Rheinwiesenlagen, the Rhine Meadows. A lot of people have no idea about the bombing of Dresden or Hamburg. A lot of people don't even understand the amount of Germans that actually got killed after the war was already officially over. Oh, gosh, it's such a headache. Tommy says, I don't live in any fears in this shit show. Clown realm loaded with grabbling shills and liars. 100%. Truth over comfort. Are you upset? Oh, soul diarrhea. We lost them. Look. I offend at least one person every time I talk. And if I don't, then that means it's not 2024. Back in 2017, I could talk without offending people. Actually, no. 2015, I could talk without offending people. When Donald Trump was, I don't know, at the height of Donald Trump is when everything became offensive. That's when everyone became racist. Maybe it was during Obama. I don't know. It wasn't as bad. You know, Obama wasn't, I didn't hear his name on the news as much as I heard Trump I actually timed it. They said Trump every 45 seconds. They made sure that 45 seconds, they had a Trump in there. So they said his name thousands and tens of thousands, probably tens of thousands of times a day. It was absolutely stunning. It said it so much that it shocked me. Because when I was, man, it was weird. I probably told you all about it before. I don't have to go in it now. Anyway. Yeah, but that's all pretty much that I wanted to say was, so I'm waiting to see what's going to happen with this whole Tucker Carlson situation and, you know, and what the deal is with some of these little shows going around showing.
And we say, okay, on a world map, this is just,
you know. Yeah. After the whole pizza. And I looked in. That's really when I was going crazy during that time, because I was really like, yeah. We got emails. We got this. We got that. We got Maddie Kane missing. We got, who was it? Lincoln Park and his dad. What's his name? Skippy, and the rest of them. Like, it was outrageous, and it still is. It still is. But that was the whole 14 fish thing and all those pictures and stuff. I did a deep dive into that, man. I was obsessed with that. And I seen more than enough proof that was not a psyop. That was actually legit. That was legit. That was bad. You know, James Alifantes and the rest of them little pieces of garbage. You know, I was actually going to perform a song up there at, I'm not going into it on this show. All right. Anyway, everybody, listen. Another plug. 4:00 Eastern time, Tuesday, Saturday, Sunday. And also I'm going to try and do a podcast every single day or every other day. So I'm going to be shouting out the new podcast. It's going to cost me a little bit of money, but I'm going to do it. So I'm shouting out the new podcast and stuff that's going to be up in a few days. And I need you all to go over there and see if you can subscribe for me, because Spotify will take all of your revenue and give it to all of these like majors if you don't have like 1,000 subscribers. And I'm not doing it for any kind of revenue, to be honest with you. Even if I got hundreds of thousands of views, I think that really just equals like hundreds of thousands might equal like $500, $600, $700 a month, and that's hundreds of thousands. And that's per. So I'm not really doing it for money, but I really hate the idea. That's why I haven't released a lot of songs on there, because I don't want any of my music going to any of these pedos and pieces of trash. They're like, yeah, okay, look, if you're just a small artist, we're just going to give all your money that you make to all the majors. I mean, they wrote that in their new terms of service. Based Truther. Now, you all know, right? Now, I'm very modest. Okay. What is the best video or documentary to introduce Flat Earth to a friend? Now, me being the modest person that I am, I would say all Amish Space Station. All right. I want your friend to buy all of my merchandise. Okay. I can send them some autographed shirts. I'm going to make some truth snacks. Listen, for the low price of $500 a month. And I mean, come on. The economy's booming. Okay. Millions of people are flooding in here for the low price. All right. I can probably make him a flat earth. Yeah, 200 proofs. The best video documentary, 200 proofs, is a real good one by Eric Dubé to really get people into it. But shamelessly, yes, if you do decide, if they want to have a chat and they want to come on here and ask me any questions or whatever, on any of my live streams, I can try and answer any questions that they got as well. So there's not a lot of channels that just have open Q&A. And that was one of my things, is that I really think more people should actually do Q&A for anybody trying to get into it. And it's like, hey, ask the question, and then they just answer every comment and, do a live video, if they subscribe to them, do a live video. But 200 proofs is, after seeing Eric lay down 200 proofs, it's like, oh, okay. Now, there are a lot of weird questions, scientific type of questions that you have a little bit after, but 200 proofs is really good. It's really, really good. Yeah, I would go through and curate some of Eric Dubé's videos and show mainly his documentaries on it. Show, like, you know what I mean? Introduce them to that, and then introduce them to more of, not too much, not the whole nuclear bomb thing, and then not the evolution thing, but more flat earth oriented, how everything works on flat earth, for the little like space questions that they have and stuff. That's how you do it. It's really hard to explain someone that, on a sphere, it's, 3959 miles. The max distance to the horizon is no more than 1.22 times square root of the observer's height in feet. They're just not going to understand what you're saying if you try and black swan them. So sometimes it just takes going through it in a way where you can explain it, and hear tons of proofs. But that's one of my favorites. I know Eric Dubé wrote a book for kids called The Earth Plane. I know it was for kids, but I've heard almost all of Eric Dubé's work as of late now, and I really, really like that book. I liked it a lot. I know it's for kids, but I like it a lot. It's amazing. It has to do with Antarctic, trying to go to Antarctica and stuff. But really, really good stuff. 200 proofs, I would say. Yeah, 200. And then, based, if they don't understand, then look, that's when you really let them know, for the low price of $500. And check this, you get them to subscribe, I will split it with you 60-40. All right. I'm fair. Raiden, can't wait for the podcast. Thank you, brother. Thank you. They says the ancient history of flat earth top 20 proofs level are typically my go-to. Level's good. Level is good. That was a really good documentary. Yeah, I initially, and I'll tell you all this, I have a TikTok. I don't have TikTok on my phone. I downloaded it on one of my computers, and I wanted to do 30-second proofs of truth. So I was going to do what science is, the real definition of science, and what isn't in 30 seconds while I'm yelling and acting crazy in order to get people to listen for a moment and then hear it and actually, but some of those things aren't really popular. It's really hard to get people to listen. However, I will say I would go with 200 proofs because it's back-to-back hard-hitting proofs. You know what I'm saying? So there's no room for all the nonsense. I know when you're watching a film, sometimes it's really, I don't know, level. I would do 200 proofs in level. You know, either one of those two is real entry level, good stuff for people to really learn, you know, and then they start researching, you know, going further and further. Well, one of the biggest things that stops people from understanding the truth is the, what do you call it? The whole space situation. So it's really important that then the science as well. But Eric has a lot of really, really good videos and documentaries on all that stuff, some of which have been taken offline here because they'll get them banned. So we can't do some of it, but it is what it is. Paul says, ask them to Google why we only see one face of the moon. Hey, but wait. It's also upside down face. Oh, that was funny. Flat Earth Dave got asked that question, didn't he? He said, how come, you know, in Australia, the moon's like upside down or something? And he's like, ooh, you got me there. Oh, I can't do it. Anyway, though. So yeah, I am going to put up this podcast. Everybody, I do need you all to check it out. Okay. It is free if you download the what do you call it? The Spotify app. Okay. So I'm gonna make them like 45 minutes long, and I'm gonna try and do them like every other day and just do some straight podcasts. The only thing I'm not 100% sure of is I want to know if I can play some guitar on there too, or put any kind of music in the background or anything. I might be able to. Dave, buy my tracking app. 100%. Weiss. 100%. That's exactly what it is. People scanning QR codes, they're just out of their mind. They're out of their minds. I would tell you guys what I do, but I can't because I can't on here. You understand. If you understand, you understand. Anybody understand? Does anybody know what I'm talking about right now? There's things I do when I'm out and about. The plane, I do things to make the world a better place. Yeah. I'm a charity worker. That's what I am. Oh gosh, I'm done. Anyway, it's going to be interesting to see what Tucker Carlson has to say about some of this stuff. It's going to be interesting. So, as I really, really want to see what his little interview with Putin is going to do and how many people it's going to trigger. Man, I just bought some popcorn and everything. You all don't understand. You do not understand. I might even do it live if I can, if I can put up, I know I probably can't do his interview on here on YouTube, but, by the way, everybody, you also know that I have a backup. I got my account on, Odyssey. So I do want to try another stream on Odyssey, but I'm gonna have to use some different streaming software. But I want to go over on Odyssey because I just want to talk uncensored, because I don't think you guys have really even heard me talk uncensored before. So I want to speak completely uncensored. And I want to go on Odyssey and stuff, and I'm gonna do that on my podcast. But I need people to subscribe to it, because they might be making some changes. I heard YouTube is making some changes, and they might be going after all flat Earth information. So we'll see what's going to happen with that. But it's really stupid. Yeah, I'm on Rumble as well. So I'm all Amish Space Station on all of them. The problem with Odyssey is that there's 2 accounts, and I don't understand why. I don't understand. When it was Library, LBRY, or whatever it was, they're idiots, dude. It's just, they always have to make things difficult. And I think it's almost by design. YouTube is so easy, and it's the most censored platform filled with nothing but fascists. And it's the easiest one to use, and it's the one that's the go-to for everyone. And these ones could be so much better, so much more open. And instead, people have trouble uploading their videos to them. And they do tons of things. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm on Rumble, though. I am on Rumble. I don't plug too much of my stuff, and I know I need to. You know, I feel like I'm a beginner at this. So I need to, because I do need some of the people that's over here to go over there and make sure they got me over there, even though right here's where I normally do my lives. I can do lives over there, but I can't run as many as like what Eric Dubay runs. There's no way. That's a lot of work, dude. That's a ton of work. I just can't. I can't. So, yeah. Podbean. So Podbean, Spotify, definitely. I'm going to do a video probably later this week. Doing once I get the podcast up. So I'm going to record a 45-minute for it, and we'll get it going. Okay. So anyway, everyone, I am going to go and eat some of my homemade, which is some of my go-to, and see if I can turn down for the rest of the night. I want to thank everybody first. Paul, Truth Over Comfort Base, everybody for joining. I know it's later, Tommy. I know it's later, and Awakening and everybody, and Red November. So yeah, get your friend to come over, Logical and Captain, everybody. I appreciate everybody coming over here to chat with me and stuff. I know I'm not on here that much, but I really should. Even if it's later, I might just start getting on here and just having a chat, even if it's like later on. So I'm going to set up my camera and stuff, and the next show that I'll be on here, I'm probably going to have my guitar, and we can do some flat earth chat, and we can do some a little bit of guitar. If you guys are interested, if nobody joins and nobody wants to hear the guitar, I'll just do the standard stuff. It just depends on how well received everything is. I want to do what people want to hear and what the most effective stuff is. So, you know, I want to keep it entertainment, but also giving some really good knowledge out there if I can. But recently, I've been really stressed out with everything they have going on. This whole Texas PSYOP situation, and I'm really fed up. I'm very, very fed up. I'm fed up with them mass murdering all the people, over in Palestine, and people calling it a pro-Hamas supporters and all this weird stuff that has nothing to do with it at all. All it's about is whether or not children are getting killed. And it is so draining, and I'm so upset about it. I can't. I don't even know what to say. I'm sorry I'm mumbling, but I just don't even have words for that kind of cruelty. That's who we're dealing with. We're dealing with mass murdering lunatic psychopaths who don't care, who praise the deaths of children, who hide food and take food away from them, who put bombs in food. They leave canned food there with bombs in it. I cannot. So I'm not, because I'm going to get really upset. And I'm not, because I don't even want to go there. I don't, because I know I can't do anything about it. But it's sickening when I see people like RFK and all these people claim that they're on the right side, and how they turned all of the Republican Party into mass murdering supporters, and how they flipped the script and made the Democrats, who are the psychopaths that chop off all of your kids' private parts, to be the voice of reason. How did they do that? How? I don't understand. What kind of magic do they have over people to be able to do that? Insane. The party of reason is now supporting genocide. It's so crazy. I don't get it. I'm going to go into it on my podcast, though. I'm going to go into it. It's going to be fun. All right, everybody. Thank you all for joining. And you all have a really, really good night. I'm going to go and unwind a little bit, read a little bit more. I might even do like a little of a reading session, bits and pieces on what really makes you ill. You guys remember that? So I might do that on my podcast a little bit too. So I kind of want to go into some of that stuff and chat about that. Paul says RFK believes in magic flying particles that can give you a cold. Right. There we go with that. Yep. 100%. 100%. These are all fakers. RFK is a faker, 100% a faker. You know, all these people are liars. They're all liars. And all it takes is for a situation to happen for you to see who they really are. And some people are so perceptive that they don't need that to happen. When Eric Dubay called out Jaronism and called out Mark Sargent and called out all of them years ago, people were like, no, man, Eric Dubé's just calling people shills. Now look, they're charging hundreds of dollars for tickets. They got truth snacks going on. Mark Sargent is a 50-year-old virgin staying at his mom's house. Jaron is on TV proving the globe. Bob is, thanks, Bob. It's a crap show. Eric Dubé was right the whole time. And the sad part is, like, even me, since my mom had passed a few months ago, I'm seeing how wicked some of my family members are. They're all wicked. A lot of them are cussing me out and saying weird things to me. Like, don't talk to me anymore. You know, that's really messed up how you can't give me a whole bunch of money. That's basically what they asked me for, tons of money that I'm not giving. I work the same as other people. And this is stuff they would have never, ever, ever done. You know, out of fear that my mom would set them in their place if they disrespected her youngest son. Doesn't matter how old I am. She was always like that. You're still the youngest. And sometimes it takes certain situations to happen for you to see the wickedness inside of people and who they really are. And I'm able to see these people for what they actually are, whether that's fake politicians or fake flat earthers. And if they don't like me because they got, like I said, Jaron is giving his entire platform to fight the fat girth Craig. He is the biggest enemy of flat earth besides David, besides flat earth. What's the guy's name? Professor Dave Explains. And Jaron is giving his entire platform over to host a debate to let these people with mental disabilities like Brenda sit around and talk. Think about that for a minute. He's allowing people who perpetrate fake news, lies, and death to get on his platform and speak. Think about that. I've seen that channel, Fake Nukes. BitChute is where I've been. I lived there for the past 3 years or 4 years now. I live there. And it's crazy how many people I've learned have no idea that BitChute even exists. They have no idea of how much truth that Space Busters put out and, debunking all the stuff that was going on. And I've memorized all of that. I watched those 3-hour documentaries 10, 15 times to the point where I could debate virology with anybody. And it's amazing how many people have no idea about that. Anyway, guys, I have to go. I'll pick it back up though, and we'll chat. We'll do some chats. And next time I'm on here, I'm gonna aim for this week to try and be back on here. Maybe Friday. I'm aiming for this week. But thank you all for spending some time with me tonight. I really appreciate that. You all leave me a comment. Leave me a comment if you can, and you can feel free to email me and stuff. If you guys want to chat with me and get a group together, just send me an email, Amish Space Station at Proton. You can do Proton. You can do Gmail if you want. But you can let me know and let me know your screen name and everything. And if you want to chat or something, I can give you some contact information on me so that if anything happens in your area or anything like that, and you can also feel free to just send me a chat whenever you want directly to my phone, and we can talk. So thank you all for joining and stuff. Just feel free to contact me, though, anytime. I will be back. I will be back on here ASAP. All right, everybody. Have a good night. Amish Space Station.